Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, I have a new card design for you for Mother's Day. So the next couple of card designs I'm going to be doing in Microsoft PowerPoint will be around Mother's Day to kind of help get you in the mode for Mother's Day and start creating those great Mother's Day cards. Okay, so I'm in Microsoft PowerPoint. I have a blank slide here. So, for those of you that are following my tutorial for the first time, I'm going to give you a couple of tips right quick, and then I'm going to move on. For anything that may not be clear, always go back to the very first PowerPoint tutorial on my YouTube channel, where you're going to see an image of a lady in a pink dress. Okay, and that will help you to that video will take you from the very beginning, but I don't want to start each video at the very beginning. Okay, so hold on one second. All right, so if you want to see a complete tutorial for anything that may not be clear, then I want you hold on one second. If you'll go back on my YouTube channel, you're going to be looking for a lady that has on a pink dress. It's going to be this image right here. And that tutorial will walk you through every step of everything you need to do. Okay. All right. So when you come inside Microsoft PowerPoint, you want to make sure that you have your slide, the size that you need it. So I'm working with 8.5 by 11, and I have it in the landscape position. So when you go to design, come over to the right, slide size, custom slide size. You can see here I have the width at 8, the height at 8.5, and I have it going in the landscape position for the orientation. You don't have to worry about the notes. You hit OK. You're going to get a second screen that'll ask you to maximize or ensure. You're going to select ensure and OK. All right. Once you get to this point right here, if you came in and you had a something on the front of your slide like that, all you have to do is just right click it and say layout blank slide, and it'll give you a blank slide. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. So the way you want to look at this is with an 8.5 by 11, we're making one card. Okay. This is for one card only. And it's basically where you're going to take that 8.5 by 11 going in the landscape position, and you're going to fold it in half. Okay. So when you fold it in half, this is the front of the card. This is the back of the card where you can have, like, normally this is where Hallmark or whatever would be at the bottom of your card. You can put whatever you like there. That's the great thing about creating your own card. And then on the inside, this part is going to be blank. This is normally the side that's blank on the inside of your card, and this is normally the side that has your text or images or whatever, and your little signature on the inside. Now, the reason I have this going upside down is because that's how you want the text to be going upside down. Okay, because when you print this out, you're going to flip your paper so that you print out the front and the back on one, and then you flip the paper over, and then you print out this part. So you have to have your text going upside down. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So I want you to keep that outline in your head that this is going to be front of card, back of card, the blank inside, and then the inside with the text or images or what have you. So what we're going to be designing is we're going to design this card here. You can see this is the front of the card, back of the card. This is normally the side that's inside blank, and this is where I have my text. Now, I'm not going to walk you through what to put on the inside of your card because I'm going to be designing this card for my mom, so I have what I want to put for my mom. That's why it says Love Doris. You can put whatever you like, okay? All right, so without further ado, let's get started designing this particular card. Okay, now one of the things I want to point out is normally this is what we call the edge card because we would print this out and then we would actually cut this out, cut the image out here manually by hand. We would cut this out by hand, but I have this white background like this because I'm going to make this a look of an edge card, but I'm not going to be cutting my card, okay? And that's because I don't want the text to shine through or to come through on the back because I have all this text and I don't want that to be seen. Now, you can do yours however you like. If you choose to still cut yours out, then you would just come to where you have the white part and you would want to cut around her, okay? And it's not really hard, guys. Just take your time, drink you a couple of wine, or if you don't drink, drink some Kool-Aid or some water. Water is always good. Milk does a body good too. Okay. But, just take your time and just cut out that half. I'm not going to be cutting out. This is the look of an edge card, but it is not an edge card because I'm not going to be cutting it out, as you'll see. All right. So here we go. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get that shape on our card. And the size of my shape here to help you out is 8.5 by 9.73. 8.5 by 9.73, okay? So the first thing you're going to go on the first part of your card, you're going to select Insert, Shape, and we're going to just use a rectangle. Okay, and you can just click and drag to the right. And I got 8.5 by 9.36. I'm going to continue to drag it because I wanted 9.76, I think I said. So I'm just going to go ahead and type it in. And I'll go back and look to make sure that's what I had, just in case. Okay, 9.73. Okay, so I'm just going to click back on the shape format, and I'm going to type in 9.73. I already have the 8.5 perfectly. All right, so this is the shape. This is going to be where she's going to look like she's hanging over the edge, but she's not. I'm not cutting her. Can't stress that enough. Okay, anytime you add a shape, you also want to make sure on the format shape, when you have the shape selected, you should have this format shape section on the right. If you don't, you just right click it and select format shape, and it'll give you this here on the right, okay? But you always want to make sure that you come down to line and say no line, because if you don't, there is a line going around that shape and it's going to be in your printout. So we're going to hit no line. All right, once you remove that line, the next thing you want to do is we want to bring in our image. And so I'm going to go to Insert, Picture, this device. I'm going to locate my image. And I'm going to pick a different image this time to kind of play around with. And I will link the where I got this image from in the comments here. We're going to go with this one this time. Okay. And get her just lined up perfectly where she's hanging over the edge, but not, you don't want to go past the white line. So I have her I have her at a height of 8.14 and a width of 2.46, and I've scaled her down 109% in height and 108% in width, okay? So that is the size that I have her on, and all I did was right-clicked And I'm going to select size and properties, and that will give you the sizing. 8.14 in height, 2.46 in width, and then the scale, because I brought her down some, is 109 and 108. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, this is where I would normally take and I would pull colors from her clothing or whatever the image is called, clothing, to keep it consistent so that it doesn't be like this blue background with this black dress and a little hint of gray or what have you. So the way you can get the effects, okay, is you go, you highlight your shape or you click on your shape and you get the format shape here. You're going to use gradient, okay? Now for the colors that I did on the pink one, I pulled out colors from the dress, okay? So we'll keep it simple. So here you can see that, and let me do this. Let me do this just to be consistent to help you guys. Da, da, da. Okay, so just to be consistent here, what I did is I just went and I clicked on my shape and I selected the fill option. I came down to gradient and I added 3 gradient stops. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you don't have 3 here, this will add a gradient. So if I click on that, it'll add a gradient. If you have more than 3, to remove one, you just highlight it or click on it and then click on the one with the X and that will delete it. Okay. And then I just basically went in and I selected colors from her dress. So I wanted to get like that pinkish color. So I clicked on this one and then I came down to color and eyedropper. And then you just select where in the dress you want to take the pink from. So if I wanted to go with a lighter pink, you see how it lightened up. If I want to go with the darker pink, then I can go with the darker pink and it lightens it, it darkens it back up. Okay, so that's how you get the colors. And then I just added some blue. Okay, I just selected whatever blue. So for the gradient stops, that first blue is at zero position. The second blue is at 50%. And then the third blue is at 100%. I mean, the pink is color is at 100%. And that's very important to know if you're trying to get the exact look I have here. And I also have this on radial for the type and the direction. I think I have this top from bottom right corner. And actually that was not what I had. So let's see when we click around here. Ba-dee-da, okay, so I actually had it on top right corner. That's what I had it to get the pink down here at the bottom. You can play around with these guys so you can see it changes where that pink is each time I click. So whatever works for you, then that's what you can go with. Okay, but I'm going to keep mine just like that. And again, mine is at the top right corner. Okay. All right. So now we have that out of the way. We've removed the line from around our shape. We have our image. I've given you the size that she's going to be. Now we're going to insert our wording. So I'm using a font called Yeezy. And so we're going to go to insert. We're going to come over to text box and we're going to put our Happy Mother's Day on here. So we're going to say, I don't know what I was thinking. Happy. And I come down a few. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Once you get your text in, we're going to highlight it and we're going to center. And then we're going to come up to our text box for font and click on that. And I'm going to come down all the way to the Y's. And I'm going to select Yeezy. All right, where are you? I think this is it right here. or maybe Yessy. I don't know. Yessy is the font. And I like it because it automatically puts these little hearts in front of your words. And then you can make that whatever size you like. So I'm going to go about there. And then I'm going to bring that over so that it does not interfere with my image. Okay, so now we have Happy Mother's Day. And then to get the color, again, all you have to do is take, I'm using the center here, guys, to center my text inside my box. But to get the text, the color of the dress, same thing. You come up to this little A in your font area, and you can either select it from the recent colors that you've used, because remember, we selected that pink from her dress. And then I clicked right up under the font type, I clicked on bold to make it stand out a little bit more. Now you can leave it where you don't bold it, so it's more like that. It's totally up to you. So now we have Happy Mother's Day. And then you want to put your information on the back of the card, okay? So we're going to go Insert. We're going to do text box, and we're going to come down to the bottom here, and we're going to put, you know, whatever you like. So I'm going to put happy, let me see, not happy, from your 11 daughter. Okay. And then again, we want to center that. So center is here at the top, right up under record and review. This is in the paragraph block. We're going to click center. And then I'm going to highlight that text, and I'm going to change it to Yessy, or whatever it is. I don't know. And that I left on black. Okay. So this is what's going to be on the back of my card. So now I have completed the front and the back of the card. My text is actually at 40, this Yessy font. And if it doesn't come standard with your Microsoft PowerPoint, then you can go to thefont.com, because I do not pay for fonts. So I'm pretty sure I got it from there, or either Creative Fabrica. I'm not really sure, but one or the two. And I'll link both in the description. All right, so we have Happy Mother's Day in there. So we have the front and the back of our card done. It is absolutely that simple, okay? So now I'm going to hit File, Save, and I always tell people, I don't say it very much in my videos, but when I'm working with people in person, I'm always saying make sure you click and save, file, save, because you never know when you may have an outage or something to happen, and you don't want to lose your work, okay? All right. So now that we have our Mamacita on our screen, she has the look of the edge. Again, I am not going to be cutting her out, as you will see here in a moment. Now, we're going to go to the inside of the card. On the inside of the card is here. This is where you're going to put whatever you want to put on the inside. And this is normally your blank side, but it has to be going upside down. I'm going to make it really simple for you. So you're going to go to Insert from the menu, text box, and let's just say you want it to say, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for always, we can always find something nice to say to our mom, right? Thank you for always being there for me. All right, so we got that. If we want to center it, we can center it by going to our paragraph area and clicking on the center here. And then if you want to use that same font, now I'll tell you, I would not use Yessy for this, because I don't want a heart all over my page. So I think I used About Love for my inside, and I made my font the same color. Now, remember, this has to be going upside down. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. And you can use this to turn it if you want to, but you can go to Shape Format to make it easy on yourself. Shape Format here on the right. Click Rotate, and you're going to say Flip Vertical. Just that simple. And then you're going to move that down. Now I'm going to show you something. If you start coming too far over to the center, you see those little red dots going down the center of my page? That's to let you know that's the center of the page and you're about to go over to the other side of the card, the inside of the card where nothing is. So to get this back centered, we're going to bring this over just like that. So that's now centered, and then you can put whatever else you want to place on the card. I like to always add that same image to the bottom of my card. You can design yours out however you like. This is not about designing out the card to my specifications, but more so what you like. So I just put her on here and then I use that same thing, picture, rotate. I flipped her upside down vertical, and now I'm going to shift her to make her smaller. Now, when you're working with this, guys, always make sure you drag from the corner, 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 corner. Do not drag from the sides. When you drag from the side, you're going to make her not proportionate proportionate to height, okay? So you can see if I drag her this way, she stays with proportion to height, okay? So always drag from your corners, your four corners, never drag from the sides or the middle here, okay? So you can make her whatever size you like and place her on the card. Now you can see on the inside of my card, I actually placed her over here. And then I went to insert picture, online pictures, and I typed in Mother's Day. And then I came and I took something from here. I took this image here and said insert. Okay, again, drag from the corners. And we're going to go ahead and highlight this and delete it because we don't want that to print. And the same thing, picture, rotate, flip vertical. Oh. We'll fix it in just a second. Okay, we're going to bring it over and then we're going to go back to rotate. And there we go, flip horizontal. And that's going to put it going in the right direction. Okay, so you don't have to do that. I did that totally for me, but I'm just giving you options of different things you can do. You can actually not even put any words here and just put this over on that side, you know, or take an image from, you know, inside and put it there. But I like to get a little personal, especially with my mom. So, you know, that's why I got a whole laundry list of stuff on mine. All right, so at this point, you are ready to print out your card. Okay, again, file, save, because you've done everything you need to do in your designing. Okay, now the good thing about this, guys, is once you get the card to your liking, I always say highlight both. So copy and then paste. Now, this will be your template, so to speak. Or if you want to print this card out, let's say you were selling that card to someone, you know, that you made it for, then you already have the card together. All you need to do is add whatever they wanted to say on the inside to their mom. You don't have to start over, okay? But however, the good thing about this image that I got from Etsy, and I'll share the seller in the description, is now you can go and you can right click and say change picture from a file. And you have all these images that you can work with. Now, some are glasses and some have the little face covering. So I'm going to show you that here. So if I wanted to change the look, I'm going to select 19. And you see her dress has been changed. It still blends in with everything here. So I'm good to go there. You know, all you need to do is change who this is from down here, whatever is on the inside. And again, you could go here and say change picture from a file. And I selected number 19, insert. And you see we got our image all ready to go very easily. Don't type over, guys, your initial one. Always copy both slides and then paste it and start from there. Don't start on your initial, okay? So always keep your template in mind just in case you forget. I'm going to show you really briefly how to make this template, and then I'm going to jump on screen and we're going to print this out together, okay? So I always, guys, I'm going to show you how I do this just to have a reminder because sometimes, you know, I craft so much stuff, sometimes I forget, okay? So this is to give you a reminder of what your template should always look like, okay? So I just take a blank slide and I say insert, shape, rectangle. I'm going to make this a rectangle. And then I'm going to come over to the format shape and I'm going to come down to transparency and I'm going to make this transparent so I can see through it, and I'm going to remove that line. And then I'm going to do insert shape. I'm going to take this straight line here and it's already showing me where my center point is right here, where this dot and this dot, it shows me where the center point is. So I'm just going to bring that straight down just like that. And I'm going to make that line black so I can see it over here in the format shape, and I'm going to thicken up the width of it. Okay. Now you can go insert text box. You're going to say front of card and see the text is going in the direction that we need it. Okay. Then we're going to copy that. We're going to paste it. And we're going to come down here and say back of card. Okay. Now we got front of card, back of card, and then just duplicate this slide. And now we're going to change this to say inside of card. Move it up here so that you'll have an idea of what that is. We're going to go to shape, format, rotate it, and we're going to flip it so that you can remember that the text is to go upside down. And then we're going to copy this and paste. And we're going to say blank front of card. Or not front, but inside, blank inside. And this is to give you an idea, should you forget, because we go on to other crafts and stuff, and you may forget, you come back to PowerPoint, you're like, why is this stuff upside down? You have this visual, okay? And what I would highly recommend is that you go in and you click on the shape and then hold down the shift key on your keyboard, click that line, click the front, and click the back. Make sure everything is selected. Let the shift key go and then right click and say group so that you have it all together here. And that way, if you're unsure about the centering on your image, you could just take and bring that to the front here for a second and just take a look. You can get a visual. Okay. And then when you see, okay, I didn't go too far over, you know, on the back side, or I have space to move this Happy Mother's Day over a little bit more, you know, which I'm probably going to do without interfering with their back. So you would be able to, you know, do that. All right, looks like didn't mean to do that. But then I can just come back on here and just delete that from on the front of my card. So now we have our Happy Mother's Day, we have our front, our back, we have our inside of the card. So this is the card. Let's see. I'm going to be printing out the one that I did for my mom. I'm going to be printing that one out. So let me go back here and I'm going to print it out. But before I do that, because I'm not going to be showing my screen, you're going to go to File, Print. I have the HP OfficeJet Pro 7740. So you want to make sure the first thing you do for your settings is say print current slide. If you click on print all, it's going to print all your slides and it's going to be a total mess. okay? And then you want to come to your printer properties, and we're going to say paper quality. This is letter size paper, and we're going to be printing from the main tray, and I'm using other glossy inkjet paper, and I want it on the best, okay? And then we're going to click on printing here, okay? And now you see the visual. So always take a look, guys, at what you see here, because this is how it's going to print out. Okay, so always take a look at this to make sure that it looks good. Now, you can try for borderless. I'm going to go back to printer properties, and I'm going to go here and say borderless printing on. Sometimes you'll get an error message because of the type of paper, but I'm going to hit OK. And you see it removes that extra white from around my, but if you want the white, you can keep it. Sometimes it looks kind of cute, okay? And so I'm gonna now be ready to go ahead and select print. So I'm gonna end this here, and I'm gonna come up on screen so you can see how I print my card out, okay? All right, hey guys. So now we're going to print out our card. Again, the main thing for the print is that you have print current slide, okay? If you have print all slides, you're gonna have a total mess on your hands, okay? So print current slide, and then you wanna put your settings in there just like I showed you. I'm gonna be using glossy photo paper. So let's see if I can fill it down here. This is what I'm using. I'm using the Pen and Gear glossy photo paper. Even though it says paper, it does have the feel of cardstock. You get 50 sheets, and it's not giving me it's 8.5 by 11, but it's not giving me the width of the paper. But I can tell you that it doesn't feel like paper. So I'm going to show you here. So it has the thickness of cardstock, not a real thick cardstock, but of cardstock, even though it says photo paper. It's glossy on one side, and then it's the matte look on the other side. So when I put this in my printer, I'm going to put the glossy side down, and you want to be careful that you don't, scrape anything up against this, because this has a glossy protectant, or whatever it is on the front of the card, and so you can scratch it, okay? So be very careful when you're handling this, okay? But you're going to put this glossy side down in your front loading printer. I'm giving you instructions for a front loading printer, okay? So you're going to put this, let's fix my camera here. I want it super, super bright on my face, but Jesus Christ, it's super dark. Okay. Let's see if we can get it. Ooh, Lord Jesus, not that bright. Okay, that's a little bit lighter. But anyway, so glossy side down, matte side up. Okay, that means that the front and the back of the card is going to be on the glossy. The inside of the card is going to be on the matte. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to insert this into my printer so that I can go ahead and print out the front and back of the card, and then I'll come back. Okay. So I'm going to put this flat down, glossy side down in my front loading printer, and then I'll be back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit print now that I've loaded my printer. All right, so that's going to start printing here in a minute. And while that's doing its thing, Then I'm going to go ahead and click on the inside of the card, okay? Once you hit print, you're good to go to now click the inside of the card. So I'm now clicked on the inside of the card, and I'm going to go back to File, Print, and once this stops printing, I'm going to reinsert it into the printer. I'm going to show you how it should be for the front loader. So give me 1 second here. And when it prints out, I'm going to show you. So give me 1 moment. I'm going to grab it, and then we'll walk through the inside of the card. All right, guys, look how pretty that turned out. That turned out so pretty. Okay. So again, if you want to cut yours out, guys, feel free to cut. I'm not going to be cutting mine out. So we have our front and our back of our card. It came out absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back in my printer. You want it face up, just like this, and you want the image, the lady, closer to you when you put this back into the printer. We're going to put it back in just like this. You want to make sure that you're clicked on the slide for the inside now, because we're going to be printing the inside of the card. So you want to put it in your front loader just like this with the image closest to you. You're going to make sure that you still have those same settings that I told you, which it should already be set. The only difference for me is that I'm not using glossy now. So I am going to make that adjustment and say other matte inkjet. Other matte inkjet, but everything else I'm going to leave. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my printer. And I'm ready to click on print. Okay. And I'll be back once this prints out. All right, guys. Here is the inside of my card. Inside of the card. And again, it is on the matte side now. So now we have 1 sheet of cardstock for the front and back and the inside. Okay. So now all you have to do is get on a flat surface. Be very careful. I always, when I'm using the photo glossy, I fold from the inside out, or the outside in, sorry. I turn it, and I'm only holding mine up because I'm doing this with you guys, but I would highly recommend that you put it on a flat surface to do yours. Okay, fold it just like that. The reason I say fold it like this with the photo paper or the glossy, and I could have brought that over a little bit more, but is because you don't want to mess up scratching your glossy. Okay, now you can take it and turn it on the inside and very gently fold. Okay, and there's your card. Okay, so it gives you the look of the edge, but again, you don't have to worry about the words on the inside showing through. So I'm not going to be cutting her. She's going just like this. You got your front and back. You got your little words on your signature or whatever on the back that you want to say. And she turned out beautiful. Only thing I would suggest is I would have brought over my text a little bit more, but I was working on a different card with you guys and not this one, so I didn't use my own words, which were use that template to make sure you have it centered. But she's gorgeous, and my mom's gonna love her anyway. So there's your card. The look of the edge, even though it is not on, I'm not cutting her on the edge. Now, if you want to know how to create an envelope for this, I do have an envelope, a large envelope tutorial on my channel that you can go to, and it will walk you through how to create the large envelope for the larger greeting card. Okay. I'm gonna link, like I said, I'm gonna link the. I do not like how I'm looking gray. Looking gray, y'all. I look gray. I'm going to link the seller from Etsy for this particular image. With this image, it's going to come with, and I said I was going to show you, and then I forgot. It comes with several of the lady images in different color dresses. It's the same dress, but different colors, and it's going to come with shades and also a face mask if you want to add that to your image. Okay. And I want to say, I don't know how much I paid, y'all. Let me pull it up right quick, but I'm going to put the information. uh, Let me see how much I paid. $3.50 is what I paid. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to put everything in the description. And I do want to say, guys, that I get a lot of people that ask questions that's in the video, which tells me they didn't watch the video. So if you don't watch the video and you ask me a question that's answered in the video, I don't respond. Okay. Because that's the purpose of the tutorial, guys. So I try to put everything in the tutorial. But if you don't watch the tutorial and you start asking me questions that's in the tutorial, it defeats the purpose of the tutorial. So I'm not going to answer you. So if you don't get an answer from me, or if I say check the video, it's because it's in the video. I'm not being smart or sarcastic, but that's the purpose of the tutorial, guys. You know, that's why these tutorials are so long, because we want to make sure we put everything in there to help you to be able to craft these things so that you don't have to run out to Walmart or to the store to purchase greeting cards when you can make them yourselves. Okay. Um, and I can't tell you, like, I just don't go to the store and buy cards. I'm going to create my own. So this one has more of kind of like the update, kind of sexy kind of mom, you know. So I am going to do a tutorial on one of my perspective, older, but still sassy and classy and fine. Okay. Okay. For those of you that have the older moms, that sassy, classy, and fine, like mine, like wine. Okay. And all the time. I don't know why I'm trying to rhyme. Okay. That's not what this is about, Doris. Get it together. Okay. So, but yeah, so that's that. So hopefully I answered all questions on how to create this card. If there's anything that wasn't clear, guys, that you weren't sure of, and please go back and watch the tutorial of the one with the lady with the pink dress on that I showed you in the video, because that one is going to walk you through everything. I start from the beginning to the end, but I don't want to start from the very, new beginning, because I want you guys to grow, and we can't do that if we stay at the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning. So that's why I want to reference back to go to that tutorial. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for those of you that follow me in my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. That's my Facebook group. It is a closed private group. So if you would like to join us, just send me a Facebook group request. And then to those of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, I never thought I would have 5,000 subscribers. I'm so shocked I'm stuttering. But I appreciate all of the love and support that I get from YouTube, guys. It inspires me to continue to go on. And I don't ask you for money, guys. All I ask is that you like, share, and subscribe and click that little bell notification. That's all I ask of you. You have plenty of YouTube subscribers that are asking you for money. Okay. So I don't ask for money, but to keep me going, to show the support and love via YouTube, which will, fund me to continue to be able to buy all my supplies so that I can craft these things to show you how easy it is. That's all I ask. All I ask. I'm not asking you to give me money directly, but show the love via YouTube so that I can get paid through YouTube. Okay. All right. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please do so immediately. Okay. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then please click that bell notification in the top right hand corner so that you will be made anytime be made aware it's time for me to go to bed. It's time for me to go to bed. Okay, it is 2 o'clock here in Dallas, Texas. All right, so yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so please hit that bell notification in the top right hand corner so you can be made aware anytime I upload tutorials to YouTube. So we can keep the greatness going. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. That's our Mother's Day card. That's one of them, but I'm going to be creating several to give you ideas on. Get that glare off of her. She's so gorgeous, guys, on this glossy cardstock. She turned out absolutely amazing. I am gonna go back in, and fix that because I love my mama, so I can't be sending her no card with the words all the way over here. So I am going to line that up better. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna line that up and send that off to my mom for Mother's Day. But anyway, yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, to my YouTube channel, subscribing, showing your love. I love your comments. I love the comments. Again, the only comments I will not give you an answer to is if it's in a video. If it's in a video, I'm not going to answer. If you ask me, where did you get the image from? I'm not going to answer you. Okay? Because I said in this video, I'm going to put it in the description, and that's where it'll be. Okay. All right. So you don't even have to watch the video to get that. You can just look at the description. Always check the description, guys, because a lot of creators put a lot of information in the description for you, so that will help you too. All right. And again, I'm using the Pen and Gear photo paper. Okay. 50 sheets. I'm pretty sure I got this at Walmart. Okay. 50 sheets, even though it says paper, it has the feel, as you can see here, of cardstock. You all know if this was a sheet of paper that it would not sit, nicely like that. Okay, so it has the feel of cardstock. I don't know what the gram is because it doesn't tell me in weight here what the weight of it is, but it is like cardstock. Okay, all right then. I'm pretty sure you can get this on Amazon too if you look on Amazon. I don't know. I ain't look on Amazon. I got mine from Walmart. All right. All right, guys. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you know my motto. Each one reach one so that each one can teach one. Hey, it just started raining, which means it's time for me to go to bed. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.